The Chicago Museum of Contemporary Art recently hosted the David Bowie Is exhibition, a retrospective of the musician's career. For some people, David Bowie is more than a musician. Through his unusual style and many different characters, he represents a way of life that was originally foreign to the majority of mainstream pop culture.
We were tortured as kids for liking him. In America, he was not a pop star, he was a freak. And it's just a fantastic experience to see him now in a museum and to see so many people enjoying this. It really chokes me up.
Due to demand from other museums abroad, Chicago was the only U.S. stop the exhibit made as part of its international tour. A surprise to some visitors, like Stephanie Rosen from Brooklyn, New York.
Based on the other places that it's been, which were all places that Bowie lived, I was pretty surprised that Chicago was the choice because he's only lived in the U.S. in LA and he still lives in Soho in New York. So I didn't understand why Chicago was the choice to begin with.
However, the museum's chief curator, Michael Darling, who showed early interest in bringing the London-based exhibition to Chicago, says the city's art scene is steadily growing.
It's a place where artists can live and work, I think, in a much more affordable way than in New York or even maybe in Los Angeles. And so there's a great community of artists here. And I think more recently we've been seeing more artists staying in Chicago, working here, and having international careers from Chicago.
The exhibition gave a chronological history of Bowie's music, art, costumes, and performances. But Darling feels its appeal reaches beyond Bowie fans.
There's so much kind of theatricality and showmanship in the exhibition. There's a real sense of watching history kind of unfold through this period from the 60s up to now, that through the eyes of David Bowie, that really happens here.
David Bowie, a musical innovator and legend. His life and career showcased in Chicago. For Good Day to Paul, I'm Maggie Gallagher.